On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Pink is one of the most emotionally loaded colours in the world. It's sweet, it's soft, it's romantic, but also rebellious, political, and strong. It's been a colour for kings, for warriors, for protesters, for babies, for punks, for pop stars, for literally everybody. It's also been all of the emotions that you could possibly think of. But pink wasn't always pink, and it definitely didn't always mean what it means today. So today we're tracing the story of the colour pink. From ancient dyes to the Rococo fashion, from gender politics to global branding. This is the history of the colour that refuses to be quiet. Pink existed long before the actual word pink existed. Early humans created pink pigments from ochre, a natural clay containing iron oxide. In ancient Egypt, pink was used in cosmetics. Crushed red ochre mixed with fat used to create that pink tint and was used as a rosy colour. The Greeks and the Romans, they used diluted red pigments in their clothing, but they didn't treat pink as a separate colour to red. It was simply just a lighter version of red. So in the ancient world, pink wasn't actually a colour, it was just red but soft. In medieval Europe, pink appeared in illuminated manuscripts, often in religious scenes. Artists used pink to represent divine love, innocence, and tenderness. It wasn't gendered, it was childish, and it was spiritual. Pink was holy before it was cute. During the Renaissance, pink became a colour of luxury. Why? Because pigments were expensive. Vibrant pinks came from cochineal, a tiny insect from the Americas. When Spain colonized the New World, cochineal became one of its most expensive, valuable exports. More valuable than silver by weight. And so, pink clothing became a status symbol. Aristocrats wore pink silks, velvet, pink everything. So pink wasn't feminine, pink was expensive. The 18th century was pink golden age. The Rococo era loved softness, sensuality, and excess. And pink fits that perfectly. I'm sure you guys have seen that famous painting, The Swing. I'll put it here. This is a staple painting from that Rococo period. And as you can see, she is wearing a beautiful pink dress, which this kind of just symbolizes that whole era. The mistress of Louis XV became the pink icon of this era. She worked with a porcelain factory to actually create new shades. One of these specific shades, a soft luminous pink, became the height of fashion in that time. And yes, men wore pink and they wore a lot of it. Pink was aristocratic, it was flirty, and it was elegant. Pink was that colour of sophistication for everybody. It didn't matter if it was a man or a woman wearing it. If it was a kid, it didn't matter. In the 19th century, something shifted. Industrialization made these dyes cheaper, and it became more associated with childhood. But here's the twist. Pink was actually originally recommended for boys. A 1918 trade publication wrote, "Pink is for boys because it's a stronger, more decided colour. Blue was considered a delicate colour, suitable for girls." So the pink for girls rule, it's not ancient, it's actually quite recent, and it's basically 100% marketing. Then in the 1950s, pink exploded in popularity, thanks to the post-war consumerism. The First Lady wore a pink gown to the inauguration. Her influence made pink the colour of domestic femininity. And then came Barbie, and pink became a global brand. But then, once again, it switched, and in the 1970s, pink was rebellious. Punk culture used hot pink as a weapon. It was a colour that mocked gender norms, so it didn't matter if it was a girl or if it was a man wearing it. So pink became the stereotype, but it also became the rebellion against the stereotype. And in the 2010s, pink reinvented itself, this time as millennial pink, a soft, muted, gender-neutral version. It became the colour of tech startups, fashion brands, cafes, and minimalist design. But then it also became political because it was used in global protests as a symbol of visibility and resistance. Pink was no longer just a colour, it became a statement. But overall, I think we can say pink is the one colour that has decided to not stay in a box, and this was the history of pink through the years.